Listen, this one's about scent, which is crucial. And here in Montana, we're mainly spot and stalk. I do a lot of tree stand hunting, but spot and stalk stuff, if you're not familiar, if you're ever going to come out west, in the Midwest, I grew up in Michigan and I get it. Your prevailing wind is a west wind. I never had one of these. And I get a lot of questions from people coming from back east or other areas to come out west and hunt the mountains. They don't know what this is. This is a little puff bottle, talcum powder. Different companies have different consistencies. I'll try to show you against my black shirt here. It just puts a little puff of windicator powder, and you see which way the wind is going. Hopefully you can see that. It's hard to pick it up on camera. Can you see that little puff of smoke? I can barely pick it up on camera. There you go. There's a pretty good puff. Anyways, I go through 4 or 5 of these a year. It is your camo. This is my favorite camo back here behind me, but your camo only works for the last 50, 60 yards. And some of the old timers in our archery shop didn't buy into the scent control thing, and I get it. Man, we're sweating, we're stinking in the mountains, and I carry a bunch of little bottles of stuff to freshen up and wipe the back of my neck and things. I'll even change my undershirt that I hiked in and bury that in the bottom of my pack so that I can freshen up because we hike in 5 miles or so when we get into where the elk are from where we camp. And you've worked up a lather. That's just the way this is. But then you got to use this. This is your master key to get in on them. They will smell you 400 or 500 yards away. They will circle you. As we're calling them in, what they do is circle around to get your wind to see if that's a real thing. And then they leave. You may not even know whether your calling sucked or not because they left. So I use this. But here in the West, our wind moves in 6 directions. North, south, east, west, up, and down as thermals warm and cool, which is another total aspect. So not only am I watching this about every 30 yards, there we get some good puffs. Every time I make a couple of steps, I got my bow in my left hand and I'm watching this thing. I may be hundreds of yards away after I've spotted an animal, but I'm watching every couple yards as this thing is changing up and down and left and right. But more than that, I'm watching the grass, where that animal is, how the wind is moving right next to that animal, and I'm watching the grass for hundreds of yards between me and that animal, and I'm trying to find a path. You know, in the some of the sci-fi, Tom Cruise and all these old Pink Panther videos, whatever, where they're trying to, like the diamond thieves, they're trying to enter a room where there's lasers that they can't see, and they got to put on these special goggles to see all these red laser lines. That's what this is all about. You're trying to see something that you can't see. Wind currents, where your scent is going, because we're going to stink. We're just going to stink. If you're breathing, you're stinking. That's just the name of the game. So this thing and this thing will show me those paths, and I'm trying to plan. I will literally back out, go another 100 yards around. I'm trying to watch the grass where the wind currents will be so that I can approach that animal. It's that hard. Because if they smell you, they are out of there. That's just the name of the game. So I hope that helps. It's a tough game. Our wind moves in 6 directions here in the West. PM me, call me, message me. I'm glad to help. This is tough stuff.